Okay, stuff. Dum, dum. Oh, I forgot. Computer room. That's where I should be going. I was on the wrong side of these doors. Over here. Over here. Darn. Pants! Sing the praises of pants.
This pair of jeans wasn't here before. I guess Malloy must have come back and then left again. This warehouse address is 54 Front Street. That's in the waterfront area.
Oh.
Dr. Thomas Malloy, I presume.
You're NSA, aren't you?
No, sir, I'm not NSA. My name's Tex Murphy, and I'm a private investigator. I was hired by a friend of yours.
I don't have any friends, Mr. Murphy.
Well, what about Gordon Fitzpatrick?
Fitz. Good old Fitz. I wonder why he sent you after me.
Are you all right?
Give me some water, will you? Thanks. I've led an excessive life, and I'm afraid the bill is coming due. Now listen, Murphy. What I'm going to tell you could help Fitzpatrick continue my work. The only catch is I'll put you in the same danger I'm in.
Don't let that stop you. Danger's a little like Jell-O. Always room for a little more.
Ever hear of Project Blue Book?
Sounds familiar.
Have you ever heard of Roswell?
Yeah. About 100 years ago, there was an apparent UFO crash. And the government came out and said it was just a weather balloon.
A weather balloon? It was no damn weather balloon. It was a spacecraft. The Roswell incident was the greatest disinformation campaign of all time.
So what was the connection between Roswell and Project Blue Book?
Well, Roswell is where Project Blue Book became Project Blueprint. Now, you probably never heard about it, seeing as how you're still alive.
Why do I have the feeling you're about to lower my odds in that department? Do you mind?
In 1947, an alien spacecraft crashed in the desert outside Roswell, New Mexico. The wreckage was taken to the Air Force Base nearby for testing. And of course, they were looking for weapons.
Sounds like the military hasn't changed too much. If you don't mind me asking, Doctor, how do you fit into all of this?
In 1984, I came on board Project Blueprint. My job was to carry on the work of deciphering the hieroglyphics found in the spacecraft. Anyway, in early 1996, word of a breakthrough spread throughout the complex. Now, apparently someone had discovered that one of the alien instruments could generate minute quantities of anti-hydrogen. The big boys in Washington were ecstatic. Now, if you remember, the desert standoff was in effect, and we were looking for a technological edge over the Middle East bloc. Now, we had it in the palm of our hands. But unfortunately, as you know, things went very wrong.
That's the understatement of the century.
Oh.
Well, the military was in such a hurry, they didn't take time to do any testing. Instead, they started a political incident, then proceeded to bomb the hell out of the Middle East.
Greatest snafu in history.
Now, after the war, I left the military, but I managed to smuggle out all my notes and other important items from Roswell. And I secretly continued my research.
Okay, Malloy, don't move! I said freeze! Don't be stupid. Put it down! Look, I'm supposed to bring you back alive, not in a body bag. Think so. No! Back off. Back off! My orders were to bring in Malloy alive. But I guess that doesn't apply to you, does it?
Oh, Matt. You mind?
Stupid guy. Woo! The Pandora device. Ooh. It's just a box.
I'd found Malloy just in time to watch him take a bullet. I wasn't sure whether that qualified as solving the case or not. Either way, I had to tell Fitzpatrick the bad news. He comes by my office, and I fill him in on what's happened. Second agent opened fire.
No!
Killed him. I barely got out of it alive. So for the next few minutes, I relate the events that led up to finding Malloy. But it's clear that his death is only part of the reason for Fitzpatrick's reaction. He's been withholding information from me since the beginning. Now it's time to find out what he knows about Malloy's work.
An unfortunate turn of events. Extremely unfortunate. Well, I guess this brings our partnership to an end. What do I owe you?
I think you owe me some details.
To what do you refer?
Look, Malloy was onto something big. He was just about to tell me until someone turned him into a corkboard. I want to know what happened. But most of all, I want to know what's going on here.
No, don't get into it. Forget this business. Take the money and walk away.
It's too late. I'm already involved. Now, 1, possibly 3 NSA agents are dead. And for some strange reason, they're going to think that I'm involved with all this. And even if I wanted to drop out right now, the odds are they're going to find me and fill me with so much lead, they're going to be able to use me as a pencil. But aside from that, Malloy was onto something big. And those boxes are the key.
You know about the boxes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that puts a different light on things, doesn't it? Well, if you insist on staying with this, becoming involved, as you say, I've got to be able to be sure that I can rely on you, trust you. You know, this isn't the kind of thing that you can sort of dabble in and then back away.
Well, normally I do have a little problem with commitment. But on this, I'm in 100%.
All right. Thomas Malloy and I, scientific researchers, were working together in Roswell. And we became friends. Our friendship really developed when we were transferred to China after the great disaster of World War III. After some time, Malloy took me into his confidence and showed me what he'd been secretly working on. Translating ancient alien hieroglyphics, taken from the crash of that Roswell spacecraft.
So you know what it is he was going to tell me?
No, I don't think so. Not really. I knew that he'd been, deciphering these ancient hieroglyphics. Some of the symbols that were found there, the dominating symbol seemed to be, or the dominating information seemed to be, that there was a second spacecraft approaching the Earth. And there was a continuing, recurring symbol of a black sun. Mysterious. He didn't get that at all. That really bugged him.
Well, this is all really interesting. But it's not the kind of information somebody kills for.
Tex, screw your head on straight! I'm ready to believe there is a second spacecraft down somewhere on this planet Earth unfound. Now, imagine that spacecraft filled with a technology that none of us have ever dreamed of. Imagine what someone would do to obtain that technology. Imagine what the government would do. Wouldn't it be worth killing for?
You've got one of the boxes, don't you?
I do. Receiving it led me to believe that my friend's life was in danger.
Well, then you probably know more about the boxes than I do.
Variations on a Chinese puzzle box. Tom had maybe 4, 5, or 6 of them made to his specifications while he was in China. Just some kind of a novelty, I think.
Do you know how to open them?
No. Never occurred to me to ask. Now, what do you know about the boxes?
Well, I had one, and the NSA picked me up. They gave me a choice between giving them the box or having my brains blown out.
Recovering that box has got to be our first priority. Otherwise, I doubt we can continue.
That's not going to be easy. I'll see what I can do. Just one more thing. You talked a lot about trusting me. Why should I trust you?
Mr. Murphy, I have more money and other vanities than I could possibly ever use. My purpose in being here, at the center, if there is a center to all this, is to follow the trail towards which my old friend pointed me. I don't know where it will lead, but I intend to reach that end.
I guess we're in business.
Ain't it grand?
There's something about Fitzpatrick that makes me trust him totally, though I have been wrong in that area before. He knows about the boxes, same as Regan does, but their motivations seem to be worlds apart. I figure my best strategy is to stay right here on the middle ground. The fact of the matter is, I want to know what Malloy was going to tell me. That's my motivation. And the first step from here is to recover the box I handed over to the NSA.
Do you have a fax? Do you have a fax?
Right. Well. There we go.
Well, I'll be darned. The fax machine still works.
Good thing you put paper in it.
Well, looks like my suspicions were correct. Now I'll just have to find out why Horton was posing as the Black Arrow killer.
Fax transmission from the desk of Lucia Purnell. Tex, I have it on good authority that Dag Horton was an NSA agent and worked under a supervisor named Jackson Cross. I think we figured that much out. Neither agent was officially assigned to work in this part of the country. I'm betting that they have a little something going on the side. I hope this information helps. Purnell.
So they've broken away from the main NSA group, and they're doing their own thingamajig. All right.
Well then.
My new vid phone is a...
Yes.
This is Lucia Purnell. I'm not at my desk right now, but if you leave your name and vid phone number, maybe I'll get back to you.
You'd better still be alive. Yeah.
When I get to the waterfront warehouse, I'm a little surprised to see it's still standing. From the smell of wet ashes, I'd guess the fire department got here in a hurry. They probably took away the charred bodies of Malloy and those government agents. At least Malloy went quickly. With any luck, I'll find something useful in here. If anything survived the explosion, that is.
So, Adrian Carr, how did John Agar take to having that squib explode in his chest, huh?
Some names of Asian cities are printed on this piece of paper. It's just debris scattered from the fire. This flight schedule seems a little too exorbitant to be taken seriously.
Mysterious final destination. Oh, what's that?
That table had artifacts and relics on it. Looks like the NSA took them all out of here. The NSA didn't get all of Malloy's notes.
Lucky us.
I wonder what this item 186 is.
Forklift!
Forklift didn't sustain any damage.
Well, you know.
These pallets seem to be a little unsettled.
Quite. Ah!
It appears the NSA overlooked Dr. Malloy's safe. How fortunate for me.
Everlock Safe Company. Classic titanium. Everlock. Hey. Everlock titanium safes. 484-961-225-049. I think I get it.
It appears the NSA...
Yeah! Square roots.
It's a scrap of paper with some hand-drawn diagrams on it.
Yoink! Ooh!
How nice. I can always use an extra key. This looks like an old house key.
Ah.
This scrap refers to some sort of containment chamber with instructions on how to open it.
Containment chamber. Opening panel, base, control panel, use blue cross, yellow circle to open. The only way... nothing. The only way to what?
The explosion sure did a job on these windows. Did improve the view, however.
Ooh, the lobster hut. By the bay. Yummy. Oh, something movable?
The box looks like it's empty.
Aha!
Here's a little tidbit our government boys missed. According to this postal receipt, Malloy sent out 5 packages 9 days ago. I guess that tells me how many boxes I'm looking for.
5 packages weighing 6.5 pounds, $15 a pound.
That door leads back to the docks.
I've got a feeling. Yep.
Looks like the clock. Paperback book's well worn.
Favorite piece of reading material?
From the imprints on this page, I'd say Malloy was writing on the title page and then tore it out. Looks like Malloy might have been trying to make an anagram out of the title, There Are Messages from Outer Space.
I see.
Malloy certainly seems to prefer earth tones.
Oh.
Oh, a briefcase. This should be interesting.
This certainly has not been a briefcase so far, Atex. The Gate of the Sun. Okay.
This notebook must contain information on Malloy's work. I can't make out the writing. Looks like some sort of personal shorthand. I wonder. Maybe Regan could figure out some of her father's chicken scratch.
Yikes! Tex, no need to slam it.
Dorley.
Yes. To where now? Guess we better tell her that her father is kaput.
Hello, Tex Murphy. Decide to take me up on my proposition?
We need to talk.
Sounds serious. When do you want to get together?
How about as soon as possible?
All right. There's a lounge here at the Imperial. Meet me in a half an hour.
30 minutes. 30 minutes. We've got time to kill, such as it were,
How can I help you, Mike? No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah. Whew. $20 in my pocket.
No thanks. Sorry, Mike. Haven't heard of him. I can't do those anagrams. Makes my head hurt. Out of my league on that one. I don't know anything about that. Sorry, Mike. I can't help you there. I'm pretty sure I've never heard that name. Sorry, Mike. I can't help you there.
That's okay. It's okay, Louis. It's okay.
So, the man you were chasing was the Black Arrow Killer after all. You know, when I saw him out behind my pawn shop, he was carrying a small box. He was back there for some time. Did you find the box?
I did, rookie boy. I did.
Of course I've heard about it. I just doubt I know any more about it than you. How should I know who that is? You expect me to know about that?
Suppose not. Say, what do you know about Nikola Tesla?
I heard you saved Emily the other night. She's a real nice girl. I guess you're not as big a bonehead as I thought.
Oh, he is. At least he can be.
Well, that makes me feel so warm inside. You got time to talk?
I'm kind of busy with all these customers, but I'll see if I can fit you in.
That was sarcasm. More sarcasm than it was tongue in cheek.
I heard you saved Emily the other night. She's a real nice girl. I guess you're not as big a bonehead as I thought.
My friend, I was just doing my job. And I'm nothing too special.
I didn't say you were special, did I? What's on your mind?
Well, at least that seemed like a friendly insult. More than usual. Let's go for the other option.
I heard you saved Emily the other night. She's a real nice girl. I guess you're not as big a bonehead as I thought.
Actually, strangely enough, my head is 100% cartilage.
Well, sure I am. Think anybody with any intelligence would keep coming up and talking to you?
You're a funny guy. Now get to the point or get lost.
Okay, that was definitely a little angrier than we should be on this path.
I heard you saved Emily the other night.
Yes, it did.
My friend, I was just doing my job. And I'm nothing too special.
I didn't say you were special, did I? What's on your mind? I wish I could help you.
Do you?
Can't say I've heard of it. Nope. Drawing a complete blank. Don't know a thing about it. Can't say I've heard of it. Nope. Drawing a complete blank. Emily never mentioned anything about a puzzle box. I wish I could help you. Can't say I've heard of it. He's that new guy running the electronics shop. As you know, chocolate is everything to me. And the Coco Cabana is a dream come true.
Uh-huh.
Nilo, an open source.
I did ask that one.
That guy's a real gem. Hell of a cook.
Okay. Alright, time to get to Regan, I suppose.
This mailbox used to be located by the Slice of Heaven. Federal discrimination laws require that it be moved to a new location on the first of every month.
Yeah, alright. Sure. Hey, you know what? Actually, one more thing before we go.
And he lifted his voice and prophesied, in those days they shall pervert the innocent pimento. The innocent pimento! By wrapping it in a loaf of luncheon meat. And it will be an abomination.
I've never had pimento loaf.
You cannot know the depth of my shame when I learned that I had, albeit unintentionally, abetted a criminal. I prostrate myself before you, metaphorically, and restate unequivocally my willingness to rejoin any and all of your queries.
Sounds good to me.
What do you say we talk about pop music?
A name with which I am totally unfamiliar. My ignorance is regrettable. I am unable to assist you.
Really? I thought you would have claimed to have been getting messages from outer space all the time.
No, I've not heard of such a thing. My ignorance is regrettable. That appellation is foreign to me. No, I've not heard of such a thing. No. I am unable to assist you. Yes, I know him.
All the rest I think we did. All right.
The Imperial is in the new city. Not too nice, but a few cuts above the Ritz. I walk into the lobby, then down a flight of stairs to the lounge. I'm not looking forward to telling Regan what happened to her father, but she deserves to know, and I'm gonna need her help. Thanks for the bourbon.
Is everything okay?
Tell me about your father.
My father worked for the military. I was born in China. I was raised there. We were really pretty close when I was younger, especially after my mother died. And then, we moved back here when he retired. Then he married that teenage gold digger. You know what I'm talking about. And, we had a little bit of a falling out. I just want to see him again.
I talked to your father last night.
You did? Where is he? I want to see him.
It's too late, Regan.
What do you mean?
NSA killed him. He almost got both of us last night. I'm sorry. Maybe I should come.
It's okay. You always knew they were gonna get him. That's why he didn't want me to know about his work. That's why he sent all those boxes out?
I recovered something. See if it looks familiar to you.
Yes, it's my father's. I recognize this writing. But he wrote it all in his own personal shorthand. It's almost impossible for me to figure out.
Why don't you give it a try anyway? It's one of the leads I'm working on to see what your father was doing.
It's lucky the NSA didn't get this.
You think it's that important?
Yeah, I do. I remember a conversation he had with a man who said that if he could make a translation, it would be worth a fortune.
Maybe it's tied to the boxes.
I brought mine with me.
Yeah, I had one, but the NSA confiscated it. But I know somebody else who's got one.
Who?
Gordon Fitzpatrick.
Oh, God. Gordon Fitzpatrick. I haven't heard that name since I was a little kid. He used to work for my father.
Well, he's as anxious to recover the boxes as you are. In fact, he's paying my tab. I say we form a triple alliance. He's got more connections than either one of us have got.
Let's wait and see what happens. Here, take a look at this. My father made it when we were in Peking, and several others like it. He didn't show me how to open it, though.
How many of these are there?
Oh, 5, I think.
Look, why don't you let me take this and see if I can get it opened up?
I'm not sure I like that idea. I mean, you could open it up and find the others and take all the money for yourself.
Listen, Regan, you gotta trust me. You can't do this by yourself. Nobody can. You need my help, and I need your help.
I guess I don't have much choice, do I? Tex, don't run out on me. I already lost my father.
I won't.
Unless you give me reason to. She seems to care a lot about money. Every conversation we've had, she's brought up money and fortunes and finances. It's getting to be a little ridiculous. Let's go back to the Ritz and check out this box. Oh, a massage.
Listen, Murphy, I've got a proposition for you. Give me a call when you get this.
Her face is so neutral, and then all of a sudden, after a split second of the camera being on, she's like, "Hey, Murphy." I just find that funny.
Hey, Murphy.
Okay, what's the deal?
You followed up on the auto tech tip I gave you, right?
Yeah, turned out to be an NSA front.
But you got inside.
Not as far as you know.
Call it a hunch. Anyway, I need you to get something for me. It's a file with documentation on an NSA project called Operation Euphoria. It's kept in the NSA evidence room in the Autotech building.
How do you know all this?
Let's just say I've gotten to know some useful people. So what do you say? If you can get me the file, I'll trade you information or maybe something else. I've got access to anything you want. Just name it.
Anything?
Well, there is a favor you can do for me. You ever heard of a book called There Are Messages from Outer Space?
Sure. It's like a Bible for UFO nuts.
Well, I've got reason to believe that someone made an anagram out of the title. I need to find a computer program that'll check out all the possible anagrams.
Well, that's easy. I know the guy who does the anagrams down here at the paper. I'm sure he can take care of it. Might take a few days, though.
That's okay. Just get it as soon as you can. I'll see what I can do to retrieve the Operation Euphoria file. Anything else?
Yeah. My contact got me a pass key. I guess you'll need it to get to the file. I'll send it over by express courier.
All right. I'll let you know when I'm ready to make the swap.
Horton was with the NSA. He was the right-hand man of a higher-up named Jackson Cross. I've never read it myself. Popular with the UFO junkies, though. That's a whacked-out magazine if I ever saw one. Alien encounters, abductions, that sort of thing.
The sort of magazine that Fox Mulder would hide under his bed. Sure.
Well, now that I got Purnell's key, at least getting into the locker at the NSA should be easy.
Hello there. I'm glad I caught you at home.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't drop by in person, because my housekeeper's on the rampage again.
If I dropped by, I'd just mess up your apartment anyway.
So what'd you find out?
Well, not much. About the only thing I could figure out was toward the end of the notebook. There were quite a few references to OE, EW, and AE, but I'm not sure what they stand for.
Well, the E and the W could be directions or compass points, and the OE stands for Old English, but that doesn't seem very relevant. Whatever they mean, I get the feeling they're leading to something really big. Everyone and their dogs want to get their hands on your father's work.
As soon as we find out what these initials stand for, we'll be halfway to a fortune.
I don't know. Maybe your father was keeping this under wraps for good reason. When we find out what this is all about, we may decide that whatever he learned shouldn't be let out into circulation.
What are you talking about? That's why we're in this. For the money.
Look, your father wanted to keep this work away from the NSA, and I think that's an omen.
We won't sell it to them. We'll only sell the information to the right people.
What if it's not that simple? What if it's something that would be better locked up forever?
That's not an option. It was my father's work, so by rights it's mine now. You can have a piece of the action, or I can do it alone. Now I think you should give me back that box I gave you.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You don't have the right to keep it from me. It's mine.
That's not the point.
You're right, Tex. I'm being foolish and irresponsible. If there's nothing terrible about what we find, we'll make a lot of money and live happily ever after.
Let's keep our fingers crossed, but for now I just want you to sit tight. I have a feeling things are going to get a little sticky from now on. Those initials you found may refer to other people who received boxes from your father. I'll see what I can turn up. Give me a call if anything else occurs to you.
All right, Tex. I'll be here. Please be careful.
Will do.
Well, I arrived safe and sound in...
Right. Yeah, no need to keep them, I don't think. Oh, right. Puzzle box.
Looks like the tiles on the top of the box can be moved around.
Oh.
Now if I can just find out what pattern they need to be in.
Those look familiar. Ah. Puzzle time! Huzzah! Ha!
Looks like a module of some sort and some small metal pegs.
Woohoo! Pegs! Pegs, 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 pegs. I think the box the NSA took from us had holes in the top, right? I'm going to go back a bit because I'm not sure I took the right conversation with Regan on the vid phone. Oh wait, I gotta go back to yeah.
The Imperial.
Just gonna skip it. Gonna skip you do it.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, now that I got
Hello there.
What
What are you talking?
Look, I don't think.
Okay, seems all right. That's the route I took. I think I'm okay. Back to the future. All right, NSA.
Returning to Autotact after almost getting my head blown off the last time makes me a little nervous. There are no speeders parked outside, and a cautious look around leads me to believe the place is empty. At least for now. I better work fast. Just seeing Jackson Cross's name makes me nervous. I'd better get a move on. I wonder if Jackson Cross stashed the box he took from me and put it in here. I can't think of a better place to start looking. Looks like it's locked.
Oh. Right, keypad. Whoa. Hold everything. Whoa.
Looks like I'll need to find a special card and passcode before I can open that door. Dag Horton. If I can unlock these drawers, I'll have to keep my eyes open for the key to this drawer.
Which I don't think was in here.
Well, that one.
Alright, we need to get into that evidence room. The only NSA personage we may have access to is the dead one. Mr. Dag Horton.
What can I do for you, Murphy?
Look, Mac, I need your help. I know Dag Horton was an NSA agent, but I gotta find out why he was posing as the Black Arrow killer. Now, this could be a matter of life and death. For me.
Come on, Murphy. You know they don't tell me anything. Especially not when the NSA's involved. I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Man, you gotta be able to figure out something to tell me.
Well, I do know one thing. I know where they took the body. It's down at the county forensics lab. Listen, I know the guy that runs the place. Maybe I can get you in and you can have a little time to take a look around. That's it. That's all I can do for you.
Well, maybe that'll be enough.
How do you come through for me, macaroon? You know what? When I started this thing, I thought there was a sound problem, and I upped the sound, the MIDI music. Let's put that back down to where it was. Okay.